So we got to thank these sponsors, man. So first and foremost, you know we got to thank Gamma. Man, they make a lot of stuff possible. They've been really taking care of your boy. And if you guys need to order anything from Gamma, you need clippers, you need trimmers, you need some sick new blades, they got a lot of cool stuff, man. Use my code Eddie and you'll save 10%. And also I want to thank Booked In, another sponsor of mine. If you guys are looking for a great scheduling app, check out Booked In. I got them in the link down below. Thirdly, I also want to thank 614 Barber Supply, because anything that Gamma doesn't have, whenever you're going to step outside of Gamma, whenever you're going to get something, use code Eddie with 614 Barber Supply. They're a great group of guys that's supporting local. They'll ship fast, they got great products, and they got a great selection. I don't care what the game is. I'm going to play it to the best level I can. Besides, I know the photos in my portfolio are going to help me sell more haircuts, and ultimately they're going to bring my family more money. So that's the plan, and that's what I'm going to do, and I know that you guys are going to do it too. This video is going to point out a fact. It's not as simple as you think to actually do this. It can be very challenging to learn how to apply enhancements properly, and it can be super easy to make mistakes that'll make you have to start all the way over. And I'd like to preface this by saying doing good enhancements on a person only comes from doing a good haircut as a foundation. And if you enhance a bad cut, then you're only going to draw attention to how bad it is. The idea is to bring out the best in a great cut. And I'm going to do my best to point out the products that made it easier, as well as some techniques that helped me along the way. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to the YouTube Barber Academy. Now, we will be building off the previous lesson, Edge Up 101. The Army's growing strong. I got over 300 videos to help you learn, and the Barber Tuition Initiative is a project that I started recently. I'm asking everybody who's enjoyed my content to contribute the price of a single haircut to the fundraiser that I've linked it below. Once we got enough money, we're going to pay off Barber Tuition in full for people in need. Now, I put the first 100 in, and you guys can make a difference. You guys can put some in too, and we can all do this together. We can actually make this happen. To start off, you need a razor and a trimmer no matter what product you choose to use. You can use a business card to apply the color, but I recently bought some of the Sean Cuts Hair color cards, and it's made life much easier thanks to their well thought out shape. Now, you're going to need an air compressor to deliver the color product. Now, if you want a cordless compressor, there's plenty to choose from, but I've had a ton of trouble with them clogging, not working properly. However, recently I've had a company send me a cordless compressor model that can shoot up to 30 PSI. And I could say I've put this to the test over the last 2 months. I've even left color in it overnight, which is a big no-no, and I've been able to blow out pretty much any little clogs using something I'm going to show you a little bit later. So with that being said, we can also use fibers, and we could also use a lesser known product called high beams. Kiss Express was the one that we're going to mix it up with a little bit of water or alcohol just to thin it out and get it to shoot through the compressor. Now, the mixing isn't an exact science in general. Like, the thinner the better, as long as you're getting the color you want. But in my opinion, the best color pound for pound is definitely that Tomb 45 no drip. You give it a little shake, it's pre-mixed, you just drop it in the gun and you go. And it also lasts the client like a few days depending on how hard they wash and sweat. And in general, I always ask my clients, like, every time they come back, like, how long did it last? And they always say like two days and stuff like that. So it's great. Now, we also have graph etch pencils. If you guys want to try to create an ash line, we'll talk about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for like the product list. And again, I've listed everything that I could down below, and you guys can check that out if you're looking to get into enhancements, or if this is the beginning of your enhancement journey. I'll put them links down below. Now, some people are going to spray the fibers like all over the forehead, and then they'll go back in with the trimmer and they'll redo the edge. This can create a pretty big mess, so I still prefer to use a card to apply it. I spray it from about 6 inches away to get a feel for how the fibers are coming out and avoid clumping, and then I'll go back with the trimmer to clear away any of the excess hair. And it can do really good at filling in some light spots or some holes in a client's beard or their hairline, and it actually looks pretty natural. So the way that we'll apply this is we'll put down a good layer of hairspray on the surface. We're going to put it down, put this fiber in, and then when we're done and everything looks good, we'll lock it back down with some more hairspray, and that's going to help you out when it comes to fibers. However, they're not really that great. They don't last very long. As soon as the client touches that spot or gets washes their hair or gets in a convertible, the fibers are gone. But they'll go a long way in helping you get a great photo. So, you know, with that being said, if you're looking for a photo, that's a great way to do it. I really don't like using a razor too much when I'm doing this because it can cause the fibers to clump up and kind of look funny. So the trimmer seems to be like the best tool to help dial it in. This is my favorite way to apply enhancements. Like I said, I'll be using the Tomb 45 no drip, and depending on the client's hair color, I'll use the brown or I'll use the onyx. So it'll take you some practice to get it perfect, but I like to spray a light line from like 3 inches away to start with, and the moment you spray, you can kind of adjust the line with the razor before it dries. So let's say I spray in a line and I don't really like where it is. If it's close enough, I can grab my razor and I can move that line, but as soon as it dries, you're not going to be able to do that, so it's smart to keep a little color remover on hand, and then you could just wash it right off and you could start again. And you definitely will be doing that a little bit in the beginning. I will list the color remover in the description. Other than that, I'll take my card, I'll move it around the head as I need it, and I'll fill in the edge and the vertical bars. I really don't like to use it on the rest of the head. A lot of times I'll use this on the beard, and it could really help fill in those little light areas. Also, I want to mention that you should be mindful about which side of the color card you are using so you don't put wet color back down in your client's skin by accident. So all guns are going to clog from time to time, so I want to show you a quick way to clear a clog. Now, if I'm working and it's not coming out right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top off and I'm going to set it loosely on the top. I'm going to plug the end with my finger and I'm going to pull the trigger. That's going to blow some of that clog back up this way, and it's going to start spraying again good. Then I can push the cap back down and I can get back to business. Now this one sprays at 30 psi like I said, and it's pretty good and it can blow out a clog, but even if you're using a floor model, you're still going to have to blow out some clogs from time to time, and that's just an easy way to do it. So once I'm done with the gun for the day, I like to put a little bit of alcohol in here and spray it through, and you can even leave that alcohol sit in your gun, but you know it's going to be clean for tomorrow, and that's going to help clean out some of the stuff inside without you having to take it apart. The high beam spray. All right. So this spray works pretty well. It can be super unnatural, so you got to be careful because a lot of color just comes flying out of these cans. It can be difficult to use this accurately or enhance the edge or the beard, but it's a good area to use it would be if you had a client who was like thinning in the crown and you wanted to give the appearance of more hair. You could spray it in the crown and it's going to fill it right in and it's going to look pretty good. But it's not really the greatest of products. It definitely looks super unnatural, and on the whole, I don't use it too much. But if you didn't have a compressor, or if you just wanted to experiment around with this, that could be a pretty good product to get your feet wet, and you could definitely practice that on a mannequin.
Okay, as far as pencils go, you can buy a variety of different colors. These are graph etch pencils. They all come with a little sharpener at the bottom, but really, mainly the only two colors I use are white when I'm doing the ash line, or I might use black if I want to use it on the beard line. Or if you're feeling creative and you want to do some designs, you can do whatever you want with these. You can just draw them in, but they wash off right away, but they can definitely give you a good crisp look for your picture.
Speaking of which, the homework. Now you could practice this on a mannequin that you did a nice edge up on, and the good news is you can wash it out and you can practice it as much as you want. Practice creating shapes, maintaining consistency, keep your razor and your color remover close, and do your best to make straight lines like we talked about in the previous video, Edge Up 101. So if you want to learn how to check your work better, you can also check out that video because I listed a couple tips that'll help you make sure that your edges are straight, tipping your client, and so on and so forth. So this completes this. I can't believe it, man. This completes the 6 phases. And the completion of this program for me is a large accomplishment. And I know it's going to help a lot of people. There will be a companion book coming out, and I'm planning on releasing it soon. I just have a little bit more work to do, but it's going to have a lot of graphics along with step-by-steps, walkthroughs, and advice that I've compiled over 20 years of doing this. I hope that you liked this video. I hope that you had a chance to watch all 6 phases. And if you would like to give back in some way, I would really appreciate it if you contributed to the Barber Tuition Initiative program. We're asking for the price of a single haircut. We'll be taking the money and we'll be paying off barber tuition for people in need. There's definitely going to be a surprise or two along the way, so make sure that you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys in one of them future videos. Stay tuned in. Keep it locked here. I appreciate you guys. This has been the YouTube Barber Academy. This is one of my greatest accomplishments, and I really hope that you get a chance to watch the whole program and let me know down in the comments if it's really helped, if it's really made a difference. If you did watch the whole thing, I would love to hear from you. I would love to know. With that being said, man, I'm Mr. Eddie Barber. This is the YouTube Barber Academy, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.